Hello students, in this video we're going to talk about how we can improve our point of view paragraph, which a lot of you guys had a trouble with. So the very first thing you need to do is point number 1, which is you really have to understand what is the philosopher's main idea on humans and what is the philosopher's main idea on government. If you don't have this point well done, you can't really do the rest of the paragraph. So what I want you to do right now is pause this video and take out your primary source document, and if you click here you can actually go yourself and they look like this. So this is the primary source documents. I'm going to scroll down to Montesquieu to read his idea on human nature and government. Reread this one more time and understand what does he think about humans and what does he think about government. So when I read this, what I understood is the following two things, and the student has this correctly, that Montesquieu is that believe that humans are good but get corrupted over time. Therefore, he thinks that the government should have 3 branches, so no one branch has more power than the other. These are the basic 2 points, and I'm going to put 1 and 2 so you guys can understand how I'm going to do this. Now, the rest of this paragraph, you're basically trying to see why he thinks this and why he thinks that. A lot of you guys have random information that actually don't need to be here. So what I ask you to do is to actually enter everything and just scroll everything down to make sure you're not being distracted. And the first thing you need to do in the second part, and let's actually read the questions, is you're going to make connections between the author's background and these 2 points. So let's start with the first point, okay? The very first point of Montesquieu is that humans are good but get corrupted. So maybe we can start it this way. Why, you can ask a question, why does Montesquieu, or why did Montesquieu believe that humans got corrupted over time? Let us look at his background. And now this is where you would actually go back to your background information and see what happened in his life that he thought that people were born bad, were born good but got bad over time. So now I can actually bring some of this stuff in that I wrote. I might be able to bring the following information. He was born during war, when King Louis was the ruler of France. He wanted to gain more territory. Okay, let's see. Which influenced his belief on government and human nature. Whoa, this is really broad. What did he influence? What was he influenced by? So let's delete this and rewrite it. The wars may have influenced Montesquieu and made him believe that humans could become bad and violent. This is why he thought humans get corrupted. Okay, so now let's actually, now that we proved number 1 and why he believed this, let's bring a quote that can tell us that he really did believe that humans get corrupted to make sure we understand. So let's look at it. In the true state of nature, all men are born equal, but they cannot continue in this equality. Society corrupts them and make them lose their equality. That's good. So I can copy that and bring it here. And I can include it maybe right around, you could include it here. Right before you explain it. Montesquieu believed that, now let's put the quote, society corrupts people and makes them lose their equality. So now that we have the quote, we can actually explain it and why he believed that quote. Okay, so that's one example of how to do this. Now we did number 1. Let's actually do number 2. So number 2 says, why did he believe that government should be divided into 3 branches? Well, let's think about this. So let's first put the transition word. Second, Montesquieu believed that Oh, I have a great quote here that I could include. So this quote actually proves that second point, that he believed that government should have three branches of government. Now the question is why? Why did he believe this? And the questions are here. What else was going on at this time? Why did he believe this? What influenced him to have believed that the government should be divided into three branches? Well, now I could explain it. Well, by looking at his biography, one reason that he believed this was because he grew up in an absolute monarchy where one ruler had all the power. This led to a revolution. So he believed the best government would be one that was divided. Okay, so now that we have these 2 points done and we have 2 quotes already that talk about it, let's explain how Montesquieu's views are different and what might be the bias here. Well, what do I know about Montesquieu? Well, I know that he thinks really differently than other people like Hobbes. So I know that Montesquieu is really different than Hobbes, so maybe I could include that in my writing, which is what I did right here. Montesquieu's views differ from Hobbes, who believed that all humans were bad, and Montesquieu believed that humans were able to govern themselves. However, he did not live in the same war Hobbes did and did not experience what he did. Montesquieu also grew up surrounded by really rich people that may have influenced his views and made him have a more positive view on humans. So, guys, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to identify how is my philosopher biased? What things might have influenced him to have his views? But here's what I'd like you to do now as the teacher gives you the next instruction. Go back to your philosopher and identify their main 2 points. Number 1, and maybe even put a number 1, then put a number 2. Then literally just try to find the answers of why they thought this and why they thought that. Provide the quote, provide the explanation, and then move on to the next one. Provide the quote and explanation. Don't put random details that don't connect to the main idea. That is the main point of this video. Thanks.